If you're wanting to use a shed for a tiny house or a livable space, you're going to want to hear this.
The same people hating on these tiny homes are the same motherfuckers still living with their mama. Make it make sense.
You can get this tiny home for $400 a month.
Hey. Oh.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about tiny homes.
Tiny homes, more like the shed in my mom's backyard.
At this point, it's better than paying these crazy prices for the houses because the housing market right now sucks.
Oh, you're gonna see in a second. I got some crazy videos. It's gonna get just as bad now.
Because really, that's the plan for a lot of people at this point. Get some land and then get a tiny home that you will pay like not even. It'll be less than half of what it would be for an actual house.
It's good. There's some people gonna be tripping on this. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. It's ain't crazy.
The top 5 costs of buying a tiny home that dealers won't tell you. Number 1 is delivery and install. You have to use adequate freight haulers that can handle the load of these tiny homes. You will also have to get your tiny home installed by means of blocking and leveling it, then anchoring it down. This is not something you want to DIY on to save money. Number 2 is pad site. Your house will need a firm and solid foundation to be placed on, whether it's concrete, rock, or a dirt pad. If this is not done properly up front, it will cost you big down the line and well worth the initial investment. Number 3 is skirting. If you want your house to look complete, you will want to have skirting installed. Manufactured houses are not made with skirting attached to them, and this is actually quite a broad misconception that should be planned for up front. Number 4 is steps. Like the skirting, these houses do not come with steps built on them. I would never recommend dealer steps, but custom built-on steps that would be specifically for the house and the height once it's blocked. And number 5 are the utility hookups. Unless you're savvy with electrical and plumbing, you'll need a professional or two to come out and do the final touches to get it in full operation. And that will largely depend on the lot you are placing it on as to know what to budget for this expense. So there's your most forgotten cost. Of those 5 things, what would you DIY to save some of the budget? And would you apply that to other improvements?
Well, what would you DIY for that?
Probably like decorations and stuff.
Yeah. The issue is, I saw when I'm looking for these videos, I think that tiny homes are basically, they're technically mobile homes, just basically the pre-made ones are just mobile homes refurbished to be tiny houses.
For real.
And so now the mobile home community companies have gotten into it, and now it's gonna get crazy. It sucks.
It really does. So like get one while you still can, I guess.
For real.
But to me, a house is a house.
Yeah.
The shed itself cost $23,000. The windows were $515. I did really cheap skylights and used windows from the Restore. Insulation was $54.37. I did professional spray foam, but you could definitely DIY it for cheaper. The floor cost about $4,000 because I went with the lowest VOCs possible. The walls were $4,400. I did cabinet grade plywood, but you could downgrade. Kitchen was $1,728, a mix of IKEA and plywood. Bathroom was $1,580. The clawfoot tub I got off Facebook Marketplace and did mostly plywood counters. The washer dryer was $2,000. You could definitely find a cheaper one out there. And mini split, I got a top of the line Mitsubishi for $43.65. You could definitely go cheaper. Internet, I got $5.99 for Starlink. But depending on your location, maybe you could just port off your phone. All this for a grand total of $47,000. I did not include plumbing or electric because that's going to look different for everyone, whether you're on or off grid. If you've got questions still, let me know in the comments.
This is the harder style of tiny home, aka living completely near nobody, nothing. They gotta use Starlink for internet. They can't get no wireless out there. They can't get no like Verizon wireless out there. They're stuck with that.
And that's too much.
That's too much. Also, can I just talk about how bad of an idea it is to have wood in the bathroom with no tile or nothing to cover it?
That's insane.
That's a bad idea.
But what's annoying is the laws in like every area where you can't put a tiny home or you have to have utility hookups or whatever. Like it's a lot.
Well, yeah, that's how it works. I actually kind of do agree. You have to have utility hookup. You can't just like doing that. You know, you need to have the stuff that, at least the important stuff like utility that has to have, like foundation utility that has to happen.
I mean, sure, but not everyone cares about utility hookups.
Yeah, well, the government cares.
Which still is so dumb because why do you care? If I want to live off the grid and not have utility hookups, let me.
Well, living off the grid will be living in the woods, you know, living in a field with no towns around you. That would be more living off the grid. Just because you live off on like a land plot in the city doesn't mean you're off the grid, you know what I mean? You gotta be in the middle of nowhere.
Not really, but whatever.
Yeah.
You can get this tiny home for $400 a month. All right, let's check out the inside. This one does cost $39,000. It comes with a 55-inch TV. You get your love seat and your bed frame right here. Gonna come with a bed. That's where the TV is gonna be mounted. Super high ceilings. This is all cedar interior with the mini split AC unit. And then over here you have your little kitchen nook area. Tons of storage for whatever you need. And then you have an induction stove top with your sink and a mini little fridge right here. Oh, it opens from the other side. So you have your mini fridge right here. You got your dual flush toilet and then your tiny little sink right here, medicine cabinet for extra storage, and a pretty nice size shower that actually fits somebody that's 6'2", and you don't have to like crouch down to have the shower head. So it's a perfect placement for that. And then you have your AC control right here with a fan remote that controls the ceiling fan as well. And everyone talks about the storage on these units, so here is the storage. This is where you're going to be keeping your clothes.
That's I tell you. That is not worth that. That's like, how let's buy an RV.
For real, I've seen RVs bigger than that, and they're like under 5K.
Like,
that's insane.
I'm telling you, it's late now. We're getting to it. It's been popular. These people start making stuff for it. All these things will be overpriced like houses. This happens every single time.
At that point, you can just find a house like in the middle of nowhere, and they will be like really cheap, maybe like around 20K, somewhere around that. You might as well just get that. This is ridiculous.
It sucks.
If you're wanting to use a shed for a tiny house or a livable space, you're going to want to hear this. First off, when it comes to your doors, you're not going to want these barn doors. These are beautiful doors, but they're going to be a pain in the ass to insulate. Most portable building companies usually offer some sort of house door option, so you're going to want to go with that. Most portable manufacturers build their sheds on these 6-inch skids. That way they can deliver them. But here's the problem. If you are solely relying on this skid to be the foundation of your home, you're going to have some issues. You see, every building settles. And most of the time, when it does, you're going to have a hard time shutting those windows and doors. So I highly recommend getting a concrete pad or some piers in order to stabilize this so it doesn't sink into the ground. Another important thing to consider, most portable building companies offer window options, but most of those windows are these windows. These are aluminum windows, which are not insulated, so it won't be good on your power bill. So just remember, when you go to purchase your portable building for your tiny house, make sure you get vinyl insulated windows like this one. That's going to do much better on your power bill. Now, here's one you're definitely going to miss if you don't pay attention, all right? Most people, when they think of a tiny house, they want some sort of vaulted ceilings, right? This is a beautiful barn that's extra tall and looks beautiful, and people want to finish this out. That's understandable. But here's the problem. When you go to bed insulate that ceiling and use that, put that fiberglass up against the ceiling, if you do not have a moisture barrier, your shed, your building is going to leak because of the condensation. So, either get spray foam insulation, which is expensive, but it's worth it, or you must have some sort of moisture barrier in between the bad insulation and the ceiling. Otherwise, you're going to see that condensate, and it's going to look like it's raining inside your house. Last thing I could say, even though I could go on for a long time about this subject, last thing I'll say is that you should really make sure that you check your warranty information. Most of these buildings come with some sort of warranty. You're going to want to look over that thoroughly before you purchase. The reason I say that, the main reason I say that, is that all of the manufacturing products that we use here at Classic Buildings, they have to be fixed to the manufacturer's specification in order to qualify for that warranty. This siding, for example, has a 30-year warranty. However, if it's not installed correctly, it's gonna void that warranty completely. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you did watch it to the end, please hit that like button and leave a comment on any other tips and tricks that you've discovered.
What a scam.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot more for these, and if you're building it, you gotta pay a lot. You gotta buy every single item, and the stuff that you need to make one of these are getting more and more expensive, and they're not coming in good quality anymore. You know, go get wood at Lowe's, covered in mold, it's already rotted. It sucks.
But even then, it'll be cheaper than the actual house.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But, you know, sometimes cheaper is not better, but that's what we gotta do nowadays.
For real.
Sucks.
Insane.
Now this is my dream tiny home. This is a
Look at this.
443
That's a house.
square foot
That's a mobile home.
with a massive porch, as you can tell. Let's go ahead and take a tour inside. It's called the Lagoon.
The heck? Look at that
Now,
comment.
very unique concept. As you can tell, we have just a tilted roof, and that gives a unique look that a lot of our investors are liking so far. And we've added atrium windows, and really what that means for you and your parties who will come and stay with you is tons of natural light. And really, who does not like natural light? This is the kitchen. Cooker's kitchen. As you can tell, you've got space to work, plus we've added a farmhouse sink with a gooseneck faucet. So if this is on your ranch land as well too, you've got tons of space to clean whatever you've gotten as well, and have tons of space for cooking. Here's the master. And then the master bedroom is right here with a big walk-in closet. The good news is too, you also have a door where you can exit from your master.
Between doors. It's getting there, guys. We are now redefining what tiny home means. Now we're redefining it. This is a mobile home with
But this much space.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just a mobile home.
It's good
Let's just
for
call it
this
that.
price though, with this much space
Yeah,
and stuff, and then you can just get some cheap land, and this would be perfect.
it would be nice. Also, people think that cheap land would be in like a rural area. The land is expensive more because that's all they got, and it's so sad. You got to look really hard.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it sucks.
The same people hating on these tiny homes are the same motherfuckers still living with their mama. Make it make sense. Shit, y'all ladies always say size don't really matter. For real though, this is better than renting, bro. At least you will see this money back one day. Yes, it will come fully sodded with your covered patio and recessed lighting. Bro, this is for someone that can't afford the $1,800, $1,900 monthly mortgage, bro. This is under $1,000 a month for your monthly mortgage. Now, bitch, find me a fucking apartment or a rental home under $1,000. That's not in an up and coming neighborhood. That's just a fancier way to say the hood. This little bitch is packing a punch. It is a 3-bed, 2.5 bathroom, 1-car garage. The builder is covering all your closing costs, so all you gotta bring to the closing table is your down payment, which should be $6,000 to $7,000 for this home. And look, I know what y'all thinking. Look, my little sexy ass realtor. What are the requirements to get into this bitch ass home? For any home, you just need a 580 plus credit score, 2-year work history. It doesn't have to be same job, just got to be the same pay or better, and make sure to have a low to debt income ratio. In other words, if you make 30 bands a year and you have a fucking Hellcat that's worth 60 bands, motherfucker, you ain't getting approved, motherfucker. You better sleep in that Hellcat. You're probably like, oh shit, wait, hold on, I got all that shit. Get me in the home closer, Carlos. Okay, ladies, calm down. There's enough Carlos for everyone. Nah, but for real though, if you're trying to cop a crib in Texas, more specifically San Antonio, but I could work anywhere in Texas, just click the link in my bio and I'll help your ass out.
That sucks. That's horrible. You see that mess? Also, why do I need a good credit score to buy a house?
For real.
If
Unless you're doing it in cash.
If I got the money,
Exactly. But the lender, I guess.
the lender, like, do I not have the choice of a lender?
For real.
Am I just stuck with your lender?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy. That's why the house market sucks. Because, like, if I can go to any lender, maybe the house will be cheap.
Doesn't even matter. They're still going to require
Sure.
all of this.
I know, but still, at least I could find a lender that doesn't require all of it.
For real.
That's still crazy. No, that kind of sucks. Just make this an apartment neighborhood at this point.
Exactly. But it's nice enough.
It's nice enough, nicer than a box or a car.
Exactly.
But my boy,
I like it, but like, how much is it like overall? Did you say?
He doesn't say. He just said how much you would need.
Oh heck no, because this man's about to be like 200K. No,
Yeah, man.
that's better be like 45K at most.
There's a scam coming in, and I see it. I see it.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
I ain't doing it.
I ain't falling for your tricks, funny talking man. I ain't falling for your
Heck
tricks.
no. Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
At that point, I would just rather just actually get like a loan, and then get a good house that doesn't look like it's gonna fall apart instantly. Because you know these new houses ain't built that good.
I'm good. I'm not dealing with these lenders.
Oh, jeez Louise. It's legit. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. I've seen people moving to Japan for a low rent. It's crazy. Now you gotta get trying to figure out a whole new way to work in a foreign country.
Uprooting their lives.
Just for better things. And tiny homes are going to get bad too, because these companies found a way. They found a way to screw that over now too.
Yep.
Well, that's all I can say.
But if you have a tiny house or you're in the production of getting one, let us know in the comments what's the process, all of that.
Yeah. Dang, you really need all this extra stuff to even have it. You're either going to shut down your house.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
But thank you for watching this video. Bye.
Bye.